So right now we are going to see 20 Linux commands that every Linux user, even whether you are a beginner or an advanced user, these are commands that are frequently coming to be in need as you use the Linux environment. A lot of people feel very bored using the Linux terminal, but that's the most powerful feature in the Linux environment, because if you learn how to use the terminal and use it well, it will save you lots of time and increase your skills exponentially. So the first command that is frequently used is the ls command. The ls command is a command that lists the directory you are currently in, and it shows you the files and folders that are available in that Linux directory. So we have a pwd command. This command shows you the current working directory where you are located from the home. So if you are on Linux, this tilde symbol represents the home. Assuming you are in a location that is not home, we have a cd command that takes you to whichever location you are. Now, if I am in this very directory, home slash Nelsonic, and I want to go to if there is a folder called etc, because etc is not directly here, I can just reference this and automatically it moves me into the etc folder. Now in the etc folder, if I pwd here, this is the location of the etc folder, but it's not directly on this location. It's not directly listed here. If you want to see the full details of what files and folders are found in this very folder, you use the -a, and those are called options. When you add an option on a command, the option gives you more information on the data you are looking for, and you are always very specific with options. And it is very easy to use the Linux command if you can be able to move to a directory, if you can be able to locate a directory, if you can be able to see the content of a directory. Now we have another command that is make directory. Make dir is a command that helps you create directories. I want to create a directory called hacks because it says permission denied. The reason is because I'm in this location of etc, and inside the etc command only the root user is allowed to create a directory here. So there is a command that allows you to do that, and that is the sudo command. The sudo command allows a normal user of the system to be able to create perform tasks as an admin user. That is to elevate your permission level to the highest user, allowing you to do anything on the system. And you have to be very careful with the sudo command. So if we move back to our, I want to go to home, ls, we are back to home. So this is how you can move in between directories. And also, if a folder is directly there, I want to go into the code folder, I don't need the slash in front. So this will take me into the code folder, and as you can see, the code folder has a lot of folders and files inside. So this is how you use the Linux terminal. So there are other commands that you can work with. Let's try to use the make directory. We have now created a directory called hack. Now we can create a directory inside a directory. That is by adding a slash. So it creates the mother directory and then the children, and so on and so forth. We have the remove directory. We can remove this very directory that we created by using the rm dir. So if you list the content, you will find out the folder is gone. Now there are a lot of other, before we go into other file manipulation codes, let's look at some system-based commands. We have the df, which lists your storage devices and their capacity. As you can see, these are the storage devices and partitions that are found on this very system, and they are listed in order. So as I said, if you add an option, you would see more information, and there is also a command where if you add the H option, you would actually have a human readable format, because this human readable format is more understandable to any human than using the uh, the simple command without this. So we also have the du command. This one lists the disk usage. As you can see, it has a long list. Look at it. It's a long list, and let's clear this. And you would always need a clear, because sometimes your terminal can become very messy, so you need a clear to be able to have yourself have a clean terminal at a time. We also have the free command. You see, the free is about the memory you have on your system, and just like that, you can use the dash help for you to see the many other options you can have. You see, we have the -b to show in bytes. We have the kilo, we have mega, we have giga, and many more. You can have the human readable formats. You can have the human readable format. And if you are wondering how I'm bringing back the command, if you use the up and down arrow key, it can scan through the previous commands you have run on the system. So there's a command history on the home directory, and it scans through them and shows you the last few commands you have run on your system. So we have this 15 gig, 2.4 gig use, 100 and something free, and so on and so forth. So this, the df to show storage information, the du to show the directory use, we have the free to show the memory use. Then there's another command. I'll go to the next terminal, and if your terminal is not doing this terminal is called the terminator. So you can sudo apt install terminator. So if you install terminator, you have this terminal. You can be able to split your terminals as just like me, and you see you have a lot of options to work, and you have a lot of working environment to navigate through. Then if you are curious about what is going on in your system, you can use the top command to see. This is an equivalent of the task manager in Windows. You can see the information we are getting. We have the top command. The system has been up, the number of users, the load average, and a lot of other information. Then there is a version that is more appealing to users. If you want to exit from the top, you can use the Q key on your keyboard. We have the hashtag, which is more appealing to use. As you can see, it shows the information better. Then we have the ps command. The ps command lists processes. list processes that are running on the system. We have the batch process and also the PS. So if you add the dash help, it's going to display most some other things you can do. Then we have the kill command. The kill command is actually to allow you kill processes. You see, most of the time your system might freeze at a particular time, and you only have the terminal to use because sometimes the GUI might freeze. So you can use the kill command to kill any activity that you assume it is the one consuming your resources, making your system to freeze. You can use that to freeze it. Then we also have the network related command, because anytime you are connected to a network, you always want to know your IP address. So you can use the if config. As you can see, it is not installed. If my system is connected to the internet, I can be able to install that, but if not, then I need to run this. So this is the Ubuntu 24 04. It's the latest version of the LTS version. So it's actually new, so I have not installed a lot of things. Unlike the Kali, some of these network tools come pre-installed. The Kali has also been released. The 2026.1 has been released, and it's actually very amazing with some tools that are added, and also the backtrack feature that allows you to have the look and feel of the backtrack. That's what comes in the Kali. They are all in the Debian family, so it's nothing strange. So since I can't add config, I need to install the net tools for me to be able to do that. So you can also use the IP address command. This will show you the IP as well. If you are looking for your IP address, you can use the IP address command to see the IP of your system. So I think we also have the call command, where you can use it to fetch URLs. We have the wget. The call command is very simple. You can use it to fetch URLs. So it's not installed on the system, but I can install it. The reason I didn't give you the sudo apt install, because it is one of the basic things you need to know about Linux. You would always need to use the terminal to install your packages. Most of them are not that heavy. So while that is installing, we also have the find command, where you can find anything on your system. We have the locate command. It runs a quick search on the system and gives you the result. So we can do the if config, and you see that it's working. So these are just few of the Linux commands that you can use. We would look into the file operation commands in the next video.